Hello, hello. I am Ashen Ninja, here again with another Legendary Lord Start Guide. Though I am going to say off the bat, this is less of a guide. I probably should go with more of a showcase. I do struggle a lot with Lord Skrolk Start. I think I've worked out a way that it kind of works for me. I do say I think. I'm not 100% sure on this one, but unlike with Ikit Claw, I don't do that well with Skrolk. I do still really like him. I do still think the Doom stack that I'd use for Ikit Claw, using the gun line, is still the way to go. But again, you may disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. It's the great thing about the world. We're allowed to disagree with each other without killing each other. Unless it's about... let's not... We won't get into that, actually. Never mind. Anyway, so Lord Skrolk with Clan Pestilence. His faction effects are... He has a chance of spreading plague plus 100%. Plagues bolster his forces instead of doing bad things to him. So bolster his forces and nurture his settlements, because he's the Plaguelord. Construction cost minus 50% for Pox, Cauldron, Pestilent, Knave, and Plague Bailey buildings. Right cost minus 15 turns for the Pestilent scheme. Or right cooldown. Cost? What am I saying? Upkeep minus 50% for Plague Monks, Plague Monk Censer Bearers, Plague Claw Catapults, and Plague Priest units. So that's very, very good for us. And Skaven Corruption plus 3 in the local province. They're just the Lord effects though, so that doesn't affect the other Lords. This is, of course, on Legendary, very hard Legendary. Though, admittedly, when you're as far south in Lustria as you could possibly be, Chaos Invasion doesn't really make a lot of difference to what you're doing. Otherwise, he's very similar to most other Skaven Lords, except for Ikit, except that he doesn't have the cool mechanics that these three have, Throt, Snickich, and Ikit. So he's kind of more like Queek, except he's a caster instead of a meleeer. I don't really know much about Tretch Craven Tail other than he sucks. So can't compare him there. Now, as always, everything I do here can be used in lower difficulties, etc., etc. Blah de blah de blah. All of this should be taken with a pinch of salt as well. While I have playtested this quite a few times now, your mileage may vary. Now, one thing with Skrolk I've found is you are going to end up in basically every war possible around you straight off the bat. So that's difficult. That makes things difficult. But that's why we have plague options. But anyway. Alright, so we start as far south in Lustria as possible. If we started in a corner, that would be a bit nicer, but we can end up quite surrounded here. So there's problems there. Now, first off the bat, I'm going to do my usual thing here. I didn't go through Skrolk's starting units either. Having a shocker this morning, aren't I? Yes, it is this morning. So, as Skrolk, you start with a Plague Priest as well. Would Plague Priesty. I've managed to get a Determined one, so that's pretty shit. To be honest, Determined's not the best of traits. And we're going to send him to go search some ruins straight off, because we're going to send him up north. Now, interestingly, in the last 6 or more playtests I've done of this, I've got this exact puzzle with this exact solution every time. It's always the spiky dildo, and I've also got the enchanted shield every single time. So there you go. Good RNG there. Alright, send him up there now. And we'll get him Pestilent Breath, because we want to get him through his yellow line. Alright, now Skrolky Boy himself, he starts with a couple of Plague Monks. He starts with some Skaven Slave Slingers, some Rat Ogres, and a lovely Plague Claw Catapult. It's nice and cheap, 135 gold upkeep. Now, on top of that, we start with Oixel. What we're going to do with the Oixel is demolish that building, and we're going to get rid of the whole thing. Now, this may seem absolutely insane, mostly because we can't even get it to rank 4, but that's okay. We're going to just have to deal with rank 3 for now. Getting up the food to get to rank 4 straight off the bat, just not really going to work, as far as I can work it at least. Alright, well that's the first time I've seen him destroy the marks of the old one. Normally he just attacks it. I don't know. Alright, so the Wardens of the Living Pools have gone to war with Itza, which might distract them. Talaxalan's gone to war with Clan Festa. And we don't have a house. Until we do. So I'm only going to... Yes, I'm going to only rank 3. And for some reason I don't lose any of my... stuff, but that's okay. So we need the corrupted spawning pool. So special building straight off. I'll show it off a bit. Income generated 300, food generated 5, growth 13, income from all buildings, all regions in the province plus 75, and it provides a garrison with some plague monk censer bearers, which are decent melee units, but I wouldn't rely on them because they are melee, and this is legendary. Now, here I'm going to go for the construction cavern. I could go for the pox cauldron straight up to be able to start off the plagues and everything, but I want more artillery because ranged is king as far as I'm concerned. Now here I could also still just go for the pox cauldron, but I'm not going to because I want to be able to get some rattling guns, because in the end that's really, I think, what's going to be winning me battles. This is, again, all my opinion. Your mileage may vary. Now, we want to see... No, not heroes. We want to go into lords, because, of course, one of the main things you can do with Skaven is your knowledgeable cheese, but I don't have any knowledgeables. You also start with Ian Roxborough, a warlord with no trait. I assume that's... I think there's a reason for that, but... stuffed if I know why. Anyway, so we should be able to get some slaves now. So we'll just recruit a couple of slaves just to expand our army a little bit. More troops isn't a bad thing. Yep, he's going to head up to Axolotl. See if we can see what's going on with Itza early on. We want to keep an eye on them. Now, as you can see, we're losing food at the moment, but because of that building, that will be changing very soon. Now, the other thing I don't want to do is I don't want to actually have Lord Skrolk having issues with his troops here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to temporarily recruit a lord. Who's one I'll want again later. If you were sneaky, that's cunning. Cunning's good. We'll take the cunning warlord. No, he's actually got the most highest upkeep. We'll take the strategist master assassin. He's got extra movement value. So we're going to send him over here to the Mangrove Coast. He'll have a look at it. He'll take it over. That sort of thing. Alright, so we've encountered Blessed Dread, we've encountered Wardens of the Living Pools. So what we want to try and do, unless Blessed Dread have taken the Mangrove Coast already, which is always possible, is we want to try and get a non-aggression pact with them. Might be difficult, but we'll see how we go. Oh. Into his replenishment, that's mostly so that we get him a level. And our Master Assassin towards Mangrove Coast. Now we need to save up to get 4,000 gold here, but that's still going to take a little bit of time. Plague Rash for you. And we'll end another turn. So we're moving through the turns relatively quickly. Now sometimes what will happen, Blessed Dread will take Mangrove Coast. Sometimes I'll take the Markets of the Old Ones. All depends. At the same time, one thing I forgot to do was open up talks with him. Why? No, it's not going to work. So, because you got to watch out, because he will draw other factions into the wars with you. Now, we're going to search the ruins this turn. Oh, it's this one. Of course. Yes. I see this one. Got to do a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of scratching of the chin. And going like, yes, well, I see. Of course, if I, yes. And it'll end up being that one. Sort of Swiss slang. Nice. 1,000 gold again for the treasury. That's good. And we can now get our catapults. And next turn we'll be able to take that over. I haven't gone this way yet, because I kind of want to let Itza do that for me. I'm not going to do any actions with him because I want to have the money to take over the Mangrove Coast next turn. Could technically put in warp fire throwers, but I do want to wait till I can get rattling guns. So we'll just hold off for the moment. Alright, he's going to wander off that direction. Well, that's fine. This is also why you want to keep an eye on him. Because this way you'll be able to see when he's coming for you, what he's bringing to the table, how much destruction he plans on doing to you. Now, I don't have enough to go up any levels, and that's fine. And we'll get rid of him. Hopefully he won't rebel, which he doesn't. Excellent. So we now have Mangrove Coast as well. So we've got a fallback point, basically. Now, the next thing we do need to get from here is the Warlock Engineer, of which there's nothing really worth it, but that's okay. You can go have a quick look this way to see if Gorok's messing around. He's probably actually gone off to fight up there. Occasionally he'll do weird things, like he'll declare war on Tehenna. Okay, so he's very much not interested in a non-aggression pact now. Doing anything with him would actually just annoy them further and make things even easier for them to come against us, so let's not do that. So we'll just end the turn there. So this is good. There's a lot of fighting going on up northern towards us. So this gives us time to consolidate ourselves and get ourselves set. Get ourselves a bit of an army together so that when the time comes, we will be the superior ones. Alright, not going to do anything with Mangrove Coast just yet. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to take... Well, strategist, so that one actually, because that's 5% campaign movement range for him. It doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't say Hero's Army, it doesn't say Lord's Army, nothing like that, so it's literally just the hero. So, because he's specifically going to be in the army the entire time, Sharp Teeth is slightly more useful, even though it's not actually very useful at all. I don't use Warp Fire Throwers, Warp Lightning Cannons, or Doom Wheels, so if you do, go for Warpstone Hoarder, if not, Sharp Teeth. Alright. Now that I have the hero, I don't need this building anymore. I've got my Plaguelord catapults. I've unlocked the technology far in the plans, but that's like way up here somewhere, I think. Yeah, there it is, over there. So that's not really going to do anything for me. So I still haven't actually done any research. But we can get rid of that building now. We no longer need it. We can grab the slave wharf because that'll increase our income a bit. You can pop in there. And we're still keeping an eye out for old Gorok to come down. Yeah, may as well. He failed, but he got a level, so that's fine. Give him Vermintide. What I should do before I continue further, let's go through old Skrolky boy's talents. So far he's done nothing. I know this, you know this, everybody knows this. We'll give him a couple of those things as we can. Now, Skrolk. His blue line is the same as all the other Skaven, with, you know, Renowned Fear, Quartermaster, all these sorts of things. Ancient Cunning. Red line as well, also the same. So good for all of your, you know, shooting units or melee units, depending on what you want to go with your particular Doom stacks or non-Doom stacks or whatever you want to do. He also, of course, has the usual Plague magic line, which is just the normal magic line for every other Plague Monk. But that's fine because it's got Plague in it. It's got your Pestilent Rebirth, all of those sorts of ones. So they're really good. Where it starts getting unique is above this line. So this line, again, it's pretty much the same as your Plague Monk fighting line. So nothing too exciting there either. I wouldn't really worry too much about his fighting line. His main thing is magic. If you're going to go into his fighting line, try and make him more resilient more than anything else. Then you've got up here. So he's got the Loathsome Appearance, so he'll cause terror. He's got the Plaguelord, which you can put in 2 points, where you unlock hero recruitment for Plague Priests in all your provinces. Hero capacity +2 for Plague Priests. Honestly, that's not such a big deal because you will get a shitload of, what are they, the bell ringers, bell tollers, whatever they're called. So you're going to have a ton of hero capacity for them anyway. Hero recruit rank +3 is pretty good for those Plague Priests though. Recruit rank +4 for Plague Monks and Plague Claw Catapult is very nice as well. And reducing your upkeep even more for Plague Monks and Plague Claw, very good. So it's not the greatest talents, but it's not bad either. Herald of Decay, public order -5 for your local enemy province, so that's pretty good. Skaven Corruption +5 for the local province is good. So if you actually have part of a province, very good. That one's just leadership, wouldn't worry too much there. Envoy of the Council, diplomatic relations +10 for all Skaven factions. So if you want to go on a bit of a Confederation trip, go for that. We've got Aura of Pestilence, which is a -5 melee attack for everyone around him, which is only within 40 meters, but, you know, it's still not too bad. So he's not the greatest of talents, but at the same time, I wouldn't thumb my nose at him. For his quest items, he's got the Liber Bubonicus, so Winds of Magic for Plague is reduced, which is good, because Plague is an excellent spell, and he gets more Winds of Magic itself. Hero recruit rank for Plague Priests is +4 for all provinces, so overall, when you've got that as well, I think you're looking at +7, so that's pretty good. Get your Plague Priests nice and high early on. Right cost -25% for Pestilence Scheme. Skaven Corruption +3 for local province, and you get the ability of Liber Bubonicus, which is a direct damage spell. He gets a Rod of Corruption, melee attack +6, weapon strength +10%. Winds of Magic cost for Wither is -2. Again, hero capacity is increased for Plague Priests, and you get the Rod of Corruption damage spell, which is just all around him. For 11 seconds, it just causes damage to combatants and that sort of thing within 30 meters. So, not a bad spell. Get him to converge on him, and it's all good. That's really it for him. Doesn't have a lot of super abilities, but he's not awful either. So, yeah, go nuts with him, I say. But that's it for this turn. Moving into the next one. We are kind of letting the enemies just kind of sort their stuff out at the moment. So it's a bit of a slow start. Bit of a slow start for Skrolky. But I personally am kind of happy with that. Because, again, like I said, we want to be able to build our stuff up. And this also now gives us a chance to get that Pox Cauldron going. Alright. Now, as you can see, we're still at -4, which is perfectly fine. We're getting 1,500 a turn now. And let's start building that. Next turn, we're going to try and build that. Doesn't look like I'll actually have the money for it. We'll keep our Plague Priest up here doing our scouting. Now, the only reason that I'm not entirely happy with the way this start is because Skrolk himself is still rank 1. And that's a bad thing. Skrolk having a good amount of levels would actually be super handy because once he's got Plague and that sort of thing, very powerful Lord. He can scurry about the map, dropping plagues, summoning rats, doing all of that good stuff for us, but not going to work at the moment. The great thing, though, is once we can get our Plague hero, we can throw up a Plague up at Itza. It'll do a lot of damage up to them, weaken them substantially, and we'll be able to start tearing them a new one very quickly after that. Now, because we're going to have enough money, I'm still going to try for that. No. We're not going to do the settlement upgrade there. We're not going to take over Sabaton yet. I still want... I really want Gorok to come down and do that for me. So that I can then step in and annihilate him. But for now, we've just got to be a little bit patient. Little bit patient. So some of your starts I found are quite fast and hard. You really get into things. Others are a bit slower. This one, for me, it's the slower of the kind. But at the same time, what we do want, that's actually pretty good. So we're nearly ready for him to come down and have a play with us. The slower start can be quite good. Get that one going. So if he comes down this way, what we'll do is let's get him over this way so that we can keep an eye on things. Yes, prepare Unleash Poxes. Next turn, my friend, next turn. How much does the scheme cost? 1,000 gold. That's cool. Almost there. Turn 10. Hit him again. Success this time. Beautiful. Another point. Next one will go into Blessed with Filth. If you're wondering, which you may not be, but hey. So yeah, we haven't got a full province, we haven't got anything like that, but if we can get Gorok to start coming down, like so, then with a Plague Priest, he is going to, well, with the special scheme Plague Priest, he is going to be fucked. And that's our time to strike. Now, I am expecting him to bring the Dread Fleet into war. Still not interested in non-aggressioning with me. 3 turns away for that. Plague Priest there. We can get Plague Monks now, which might not be a bad idea. I want you to follow Gorok, please. 27%. We'll just keep an eye on him for the moment. Let's see. Do we want you to perform the rite? Now, I don't think I can actually get him to do it there, yeah. So what I kind of want him to do, actually, is... I want him to come down to Sabaturn and take that. Then I'm going to hit Sabaturn with Spreading the Plague. That should significantly weaken his army, and hopefully it will spread further north. Now he's going to start coming up to attack me now. I knew that was going to happen. But that's alright. A plague will be upon him as well. And I will gun him down. Like the little bitch that he is. I like gunning people down. Like little bitches. Ooh, recruitment cost minus 25% for melee infantry, eh? That would mean that they're pretty dang cheap. Yes. 2 turns and we'll be able to get our rattling guns, though. So I think I will still stick with this just for now. Settlement upgrade. Come on. No, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like that's going to work out, but that's alright. You just keep an eye on things, my corrupt friend. Oh, yes. Things have gone perfectly there. Blessed Dread haven't been dragged in yet. They normally have dragged in Blessed Dread by now. So keep an eye on that in your campaigns. Alrighty, now spread plague, please. Oh yeah. So we've plagued that up. That's gonna have the crap plagued out of it as well. Hopefully. Let's hinder his replenishment. Now what you've also got to remember, if that plague spreads to Oixel, that's not a bad thing for us. That's a good thing. Now, we still have 1 turn. Let's just move back a little bit here, because if he does come, he's still a bit overly powerful for us. He's not going to get as much replenishment now, but as you can see, it doesn't even look like he really took any hindrances there anyway, so that's a bit annoying. But we should be able to get... Oh no, we can't. We can only have 1 sorcerer at the moment. There you go. Oh. Can't have that, but I can recruit Plague Monks if I want, but I'm not going to do... Again, I'm not going to do that yet. I want to get Rattling Guns. Alright, ambush failed, so we're not going to press our attack. But he is within our... He's trespassing again. Oh, good, we got plague. So for us, you can see here, plus 25 glows, construction time minus 30%, income from all buildings, plus 15%. Plague's excellent for us. Somehow Gorok didn't get it, though, which is quite annoying. Oh no, there we go, he's now got the plague. Lovely. Thank you, Gorok. See if we can hinder his replenishment even more anyway. And now we have perfect. So you can see here for us, it's plague's great. Them, ooh, not so much. Not so much, eh? I can now get my weapons teams. You've got that. Let's see if we can get a ambush in. Oh, lovely. And we also have the garrison in this ambush. So he is absolutely stuffed. Of course, we don't actually have a lot of melee units except in there. So, but we're gonna Wipe him out there. That gets our Skrolk's trait. Actually going to take the food here as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump into encamp stance. And we're going to start getting our shooty boys. Before you know it, this army is going to be absolutely wrecking stuff. Not going to upgrade that yet. It's looking like he's going to attack me soon. As you can see, our plague is spreading rapidly. So very soon we will be able to start heading north. We will be quite a bit stronger by then as well. So that's good. Now the other thing I'm going to do here, which is different from the way I'd normally run it, I'm going to go with magic first. And it's just because basically we'll go with magic with Skrolk until I get plague. Then I'm going to go do his blue line to reduce various things and upgrade other things. So that's going to be it for part 1 of Lord Skrolk. And look out for part 2, where we'll continue this along. And we'll be able to use Sabaton as a bit of a sack city, if we feel like it. Now, let's see. So that's got cooldown duration. The effects duration is 1, yeah. So we've still got 15 turns until we get our next one, but until then, the plague's sort of cruising along nicely. 7 turns remaining in various places, so she'll be right. Anyway, hopefully this has been a bit helpful. I shall see you in the next episode. Hope you have a good one.